There's no need to be nervous, Captain. We're just filling some records cabinets in the morale section with these.
I'm not nervous, Comrade Major.
Very well. Interview number 461. Subject, Captain Nikolai Malashenko, service number 2497-4. Interview conducted by Major Lebedev, Section 2, 3rd Directorate KGB. So, Captain, we've been in America for several weeks now. What are your thoughts so far?
Tоварищ Майор, we are making glorious progress. It is very satisfying. The only thing is...
Is what, Captain?
Well, I have yet to see the proletariat rise and stand with us. Instead, they lay ambushes and run when we try to engage them. They've done some damage.
I suppose we must acknowledge that some may not want us here.
Then we must demonstrate our resolve. Men are lost in war. That is to be expected. But the more of these attacks that go unpunished, the more daring they will become.
And you are proposing?
It is simple. For every ambush, we execute 10 random civilians. They will soon cease their attacks when they realize the price they must pay.
And what if they don't?
Then we should kill them all.
Nobody had counted on the American civilians putting up such resistance. Everywhere we went, we were greeted with bullets. And our battalion had it easy. We had been tasked with pacifying the countryside, while 4 other regiments pushed into the mountains. They were headed toward a town called Cascade Falls, where there was some grand objective not even Colonel Arlovsky knew the details about. All we knew was that it might mean an end to the war. I remember thinking about those comrades, struggling through the cold and the snow, facing death at every turn. And I was ashamed, for I was happy that I wasn't with them.
Comrade Colonel, 14 men dead, 9 wounded. These attacks must be stopped. I strongly suggest
Not now, Kolya. We have already discussed this. The guerrillas will be dealt with according to plan.
But it won't be enough! These are my men lying here!
They are my men too, Captain. Don't ever forget that. Now, will you please get me an updated report on the status of the wounded?
His idea has some merit.
I will not be privy to wholesale slaughter of civilians just so he can satiate his need for revenge.
It might work, though.
Valeri, no. They hate us enough already. We have the location of their camp. That's where we'll strike.
You don't believe in this, do you? You don't think we belong here?
Do you? Romanov, the local guerrilla leader, is present at the camp with a group of regular army officers. The capture of this leader is our mission today. Major Lebedev will be available on the battalion net to advise us on the guerrillas and provide us with additional intelligence.
It is my pleasure to be of service, Comrade Colonel. As far as we know, we are dealing with a relatively small and disorganized group of civilians with light, regular army support. They should not prove difficult to pass it by.
The insurgents are using the surrounding farms to hide weapons and heavy equipment. Your first objective is to clear the immediate area of all anti-air defenses so that the Air Force can bomb these buildings. You should be aware that we are short on reinforcements, Romanov. The main effort is being put into the drive against Fort Teller. We will have to make do with what we have. Good luck. So-called one, out.
Just give us an affirmative. Go! Infantry heading out.
Yeah, so-called one. These guerrillas are heavily armed.
Yes, those vehicles belong to the National Guard. They must have moved into the area quite recently.
Shot. That explains the advanced air defenses. We weren't counting on this kind of opposition.
Fire as soon as your launchers are ready.
Will you abort?
No, the mission stands. We still have surprise and potential air superiority on our side. But proceed with caution, Romano. Make sure you maximize your fighting potential.
We defeated an enemy.
Check your ammo, people. Short burst zone.
Load those launchers
Colony
and attack.
firing!
Товарищ командир.
Fire.
Target defeated. Товарищ командир. Target defeated. Товарищ командир. Target defeated. Fire as soon as your launchers are ready. Engage the enemy. Got the target. Attacks the target. AC units heading out. They're under fire! Infantry engage. Moving rocket go. Squad, стреляй. Can't get into the position. Move to the designated area. Fire at will. Acknowledge. Get into the position. Hold on to your launchers and let's move. Load those launchers. Infantry heading out. Getting to the position. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Moving. There is a target. Fire some rockets. Yes! Negative. Can't do that.
Well done, Romano. First kill.
Fire as soon as your launchers are ready. Affirmative. Moving. They're taking hits! Get going! Target is fire as soon as possible. Infantry! Атакуйте! Товарищ командир. Unit acknowledged. Moving out.
Yeah, so-called one. The farm must be a major arms cache, or they wouldn't have defenses this heavy.
There is a target. Fire some rockets. Attack the target. An enemy. Fire at will. Engage the enemy. Load those launchers and attack. Attack the target. Fire at will. Squad, стреляй. Not possible. Not possible. Get going. Our anti-tank gun attacks the target. That's important. Not possible. Negative. Enter that building. Tank buster. Head down and go. Getting to the position. Infantry ready. Infantry ready. Moving rocket launch. We're on the move. There is a target. We are on the move. Move to the designated area. Getting to the position. 80 units heading out. Load those launchers and attack. Infantry, move. Fire at will. Moving rocket launch squad. Стреляй. Enemy vehicle. Moving. Infantry heading a fire at will. Engage the enemy. Move to the getting to the position. Infantry, get go. Castle. 80 units heading out. Getting to the position. Acknowledged. Moving out. Товарищ командир. There is a target. Fire some rockets. Attack the target. Attack the target. Infantry engage. Load those launchers. Engage the enemy. Fire at will. Fire. Target defeated. Squad. Стреляй. Attack the target. Loading rocket launchers. Move yet. Engage. Move yet. Go. Target. Those missiles. Heads down. Moving out. Destroy the enemy. Moving out.
The GRU estimates were nowhere near this.
In my experience, they never are, Comrade Colonel. But if we can capture the guerrilla leader and destroy their camp, we will demonstrate to the civilian population that we are strong.
Yeah, and we will need the leader if we are to locate all the other camps in the area.
Move. They're taking hits! And fire as soon as possible. They're taking hits! That's impossible. That vehicle is on Castle! Castle! Go! Fire at the target! Destroys the enemy! Loading rocket launcher. Let's move. Go! Attacks the enemy! Let's move it! Infantry can't lose infantry! Атакуйте! Destroys the enemy! Tank bus! Go! Go! In negative. We can't engage now! That we can't do that! Castle! That's impossible! Нет! 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 That's impossible! Moving Castle! Go! Don't miss those rockets or we'll die! That's impossible! Нет! We can't do that! We disabled that vehicle! Loading rocket launchers! Attacks the enemy! Target defeated! Fire at the target! There is a target! That's a нет! Нет! That's impossible! Target! Head down and move your feet! Давай! Move to the designated area. Attacks the target! Engage! Атакуйте! We can't do this! Negative.
Almost done, Roman. Our fighter bombers are standing by.
Fire at the... Get going! Affirmative. Acknowledged. Going to enter the building. Moving rocket launchers to the destination. Acknowledged. Move. Target soldier is dead. 80 units heading out. We got the target! Fire at the target! They are engaging the enemy! Don't those rockets or they'll die! Fire! Hostile target killed! Get going! Move your feet! Hentai enters that building. Товарищ командир, getting to the position. Where do you need us? Enemy 18 squad ready to move. Affirmative. Move. Infantry, товарищ командир, we're available. Affirmative. Target, ready fire! Let's move it! Let's move it! Target the enemy! Destroy the enemy! Let's move it! Target and get going! Moving out! Go! Attack the enemy! We got the target! Engage now! Loading rocket launch infantry! Attack! Target the enemy! Infantry! Атакуйте! Target is fire and kill the enemy! Fire at the target! Target the enemy! Hold on to your launchers! Acknowledged. Move. Infantry heading out. Move to move. Attacks the target. They're engaging us. Tank busters. Move your go! Castle. Move your feet. Fire at the target. That's impossible. Hold on there. Давай! Get going. Target the enemy. Move your go! Castle, castle, castle. Get going. Давай! Engage now. Heads down and go! Attack the enemy! Get going! Load those launchers and acknowledged. Acknowledged. Attack! Yes! We killed an enemy! We're on them. Go! Давай! Tank busters are moving out! Fire at will. 80 units getting to the position. Engage the enemy. Fire at will. Infantry heading out. Hold on to go! Infantry. Fire at will. Moving out! Castle! Давай! We got the target! Our anti-tank guns are needed elsewhere. Let's move it! Moving out! Engage now! Loading rocket infantry! Engage now! Move your feet! Go! Tank busters are moving out! Attack the enemy! Hostile target killed! Castle! Go! Infantry! Атакуйте! Hold on to your launcher! Fire at the target! We got the target! Engage! Let's move! Давай! Castle! Target is fire! Infantry! Enemy! Атакуйте! Get down and go! Don't miss those rockets! Нет! Get going! Get going! Engage! Heads down and get going! Target and fire as soon as possible! That's impossible! Get going! Get going! Infantry! Атакуйте! Get going! Let's move it! Rocket launchers! Moving out! Fire at the enemy! Infantry! Атакуйте!
Well done, Romano. Our comrades in the Air Force will strike soon. Get out of the area and move to the landing zone. Helicopters have been dispatched to transport you to your next objective. Sokol 1 to Maloshenko. The area is clear.
About bloody time. We are ready to move into position. Maloshenko out.
Good. Here come our comrades in the sky. Stay low. Second company will move into blocking positions once the strike has been completed.
80 units heading out.
This is Sir. Dropping tail.
Tavarit Maloshenko, we are taking up blocking positions now.
Very well, Captain. Remember the rules of engagement.
I remember, Colonel. Maloshenko out.
Hill 48 commands a wide view of the surrounding area. It has to be secured before we attack the main camp. I'm sending you additional reinforcements, Roman. We need that hill within the hour. Make sure you take good care of your men, Lieutenant. I trust you not to lead them only to death.
Anti-tank, you getting to the position?
We have some fire support available, Romanov. Mainly anti-infantry assets, but they should be useful.
We're dropping in some airborne for you. Check out.
80 squadron infantry heading out. Getting to the position?
The Americans are using an old gas station as a supply depot. Destroy it if you get the opportunity.
Lieutenant Romanov, the National Guard and guerrillas you're fighting all hail from this area. They're defending their own homestead.
Don't miss those rockets or we'll die.
So they will fight that much harder, Lieutenant. Count on fierce resistance.
Yes, that is probably an accurate assessment. It will also be hard to sort the non-combatants from the actual fighters.
No distinction should be made. They are all enemies.
Acknowledged.
If we want your opinion on this matter, we will ask for it, Captain. Until then, you will observe radio discipline. I will not tell you again.
Whatever you say, Colonel. Maloshenko out.
Infantry heading out. Getting to the position. Affirmative. Moving. 80 units heading out. Infantry heading out. Infantry, go. Go. Move. Acknowledged. Fire as soon fire as will. Engage now! Get going! And get going! Move your feet! Get going! Davai!
Sokol 1 here. Use your fire support assets to deal with the infantry.
The Americans are moving more light armor into the area. We also have reports of regular army units from the U.S. 4th Armored Cavalry Regiment heading this way.
We are obviously not facing a small, under-equipped guerrilla force, as the GRU would have us believe. I will demand more reinforcements and support assets from Army Command.
Artillery needed as our provided Hold on to your launchers and let's move! Attack the enemy! We killed an enemy! Loading rocket launchers! Heads down, castle! Target the enemy! Load those launchers and attack. Infant acknowledged. Squad, stреляй! Get to the castle! Engage them! Move your feet! Fire at the target! Hostile target! That's important! Attack the enemy! Destroy the enemy! Don't miss those rockets or we'll die! We can't do that! Can't do that! Not possible! Fire at will! Taking hits! We can't do that! Yes, we need to move to the perimeter! Infantry! Attack squad! Infantry, go! Acknowledged. Fire as soon as your launchers are ready. We're on the move. Engage the enemy. We're under fire! Head for the perimeter! Move your feet! Engage now! Kill the enemy! And go! Moving out! Target and fire as soon as possible. Heads down and go!
Intelligence update. The enemy camp has now been reinforced, and it looks like they're preparing to assault the hill.
Focus on securing the hill, Romano. We will deal with the main camp in due time.
Launches grenade! Kill the enemy! Don't miss those rockets or we'll die! Attack the enemy! We kill the enemy! Target! Target is fine! Go! Attack the enemy! Yes! Attack the enemy! Target! We're taking heat! Put your grenade and fire! Get to the castle! Castle! Давай! Under fire! Castle! Go! We're taking heats! Tank busters are moving under fire! Engage now! Target! Engage now! We can't... That's impossible! Hostile target killed! There is a target. Fire some rockets. Acknowledged. Squad. Стреляй! Artillery requested. They're providing those rockets or we'll die. Fire is still an enemy! Engage now! Get going! Loading rocket launchers! Attack the enemy! Target on fire! Infantry! Атакуйте!
Shaika here. We will deliver your requested Spetsnaz.
Just give us a target. We are on the move. Moving to the perimeter. Infantry ready for combat. Acknowledged. Moving out.
Sokol 1 here. They are falling back. Hold in place, Romanov. I am airlifting some vehicle support to you. The Americans are preparing a counterattack against the hill. You must hold, Romanov.
Товарищ командир. Airborne.
Spetsnaz around the ground is ready.
Get going, go!
Check out.
Давай!
I suggest you fortify the hilltop and place your infantry in the woods for protection. Remember that not all approaches can be accessed by vehicles.
Говорит Лебедев. Expect an infantry-heavy assault, Lieutenant. They have moved some armored vehicles into the area, but the main battle group has not yet arrived.
I have asked Frontal Aviation for support, but everything we have is being used in the drive against Fort Teller. We can only count on limited air support.
Our comrades in the mountains need that support more than we do. All our hopes rest with them.
We're ready.
Yes, we will manage. Excellent, Lieutenant. That will be a sore blow against the insurgents.
We are on the move. Destroy the enemy! A machine gun is ready. Acknowledged. Moving out. Товарищ командир. We're ready. We are on the move. Товарищ командир. Moving to the Товарищ командир. Let's move it! Target defeated! Товарищ командир. Getting to the position. Move out. Double time. For Mother Russia. Getting to the
They
position.
are coming at you from all directions, Romano. Watch your perimeter.
Acknowledged. Delivering
We knocked
airborne
out the tank.
infantry. Out.
Light armor ready for missile launch. Fire! Light tank need instructions. What are your next
Give us some
orders?
support here!
What should we do? We wrecked the vehicle. We got the target, товарищ командир.
Airborne infantry delivered.
We killed an enemy! Load that machine! Target the enemy! Hostile target killed! We killed an enemy!
Light armor ready for combat. Missile
Hostile
launch.
target
Firing.
killed! Hostile target killed! We got the target! Destroyed the enemy! Target defeated! We killed an enemy!
B-76 available.
Destroyed
Good
the enemy!
situation here.
Anti-tank squad, attack the enemy! We got the target! Engage now! Target defeated! Target the enemy! Target defeated! Don't miss those rockets or we'll die! We killed an enemy! Your command, let's move it! We killed the enemy! Target and fire as soon as possible! Fire is the target!
Lebedev here. The Americans seem fond of using the forest for cover.
Loading rocket launchers!
Not for much longer. The Air Force has agreed to fly another sortie with napalm. They will be here soon.
Heads down and go! Move the enemy!
Sir, we are inbound at this time. Walking target coordinates.
So-called one to Romano. Make sure your people are clear of the forests.
Атакуйте!
Sir here. Payload delivery initiated.
I say again, Romano. Clear the forest.
We killed an enemy! Target defeated!
Neutralize the enemy.
We got the target!
So-called one here. You make me proud, Romanov.
Enemy killed, товарищ командир.
Anti-tank unit available. Affirmative. Moving.
We now have the perfect opportunity to start the attack on the main camp. Captain Malashenko and 2nd Company will continue to act as a blocking force and prevent escape in that direction. Romanov, launch the assault. Secure that camp and get me the guerrilla leader. I have sent you further reinforcements and you now have access to vehicle support as well.
Just give us a target. Getting to the position.
We can scout, transport, or repair. Affirmative. We are driving. General purpose vehicle available. Push it hard and drive fast. Transport is commencing repairs, товарищ командир. We can scout, transport, or repair. Moving out, quickly. General purpose vehicle available. Rolling, товарищ командир. Affirmative. Mortars will fire at the provided coordinates. Over.
Товарищ командир, where do you need our tank?
The enemy got caught in the impact area. Out. Barrage hit for full of them. We got dead hostiles in the area. The coordinates were no good. Water missed. Over. We're on the roll. Get to the coordinates really quick.
Enemy tank killed.
They're under fire! They are engaging us!
Troop transport.
We can't do that.
Driving. Roll. Driving.
They are engaging us! We killed an enemy!
Troop transport
They're taking
engaging,
hits.
driving into position. Attack the enemy now.
We're under fire! Hostile target killed!
Aimed at MG. We're attacking now. Attack the enemy
They're
now.
taking hits!
Man the machine gun. Fire!
They're engaging us!
Troop transport is pushing it.
They're taking hits!
Neutralize the enemy.
They're engaging us! Destroys the enemy! They're taking hits!
Putting an
Enter
end here and
transport!
moving. Let's move it. Roll
They're
up
engaging us!
immediately. Target eliminated.
Hostile target under fire!
Troop transport. Push it. Let's move it.
They're under fire! They are engaging us!
Troop transport is push the enemy
They're
spotted.
taking hits.
Early driving. Roll. Roll.
They're taking
Driving.
hits.
Push it. Push it. Driving.
You got casualties. They're taking hits!
Mission locked. Fire 84 at the target.
We got the target! Товарищ Go. Fire at will. Infantry acknowledged. Infantry heading out.
Enemy destroyed.
We're moving to the Let's move it! Moving out! Moving out! Move your feet! Let's move it! Spetsnaz, go! Infantry engage. They're engaging us!
Launching 84 at the hostile.
Go! Castle! Taking hits! Attacks the enemy! That's important! Attack the enemy! Spetsnaz, Castle! Castle! Fire at the target!
Lebedev на связи. The Air Force reports that American reinforcements are close. They're sending amphibious transports up the river.
Sokol 1 here. You are making good progress, Romanov. Get your troops into that camp and secure it before those reinforcements arrive.
Castle, go! They're engaging us! Castle! Давай! We can't do that!
Medium armor, either command. Armor here, товарищ командир.
They're under fire!
84 at the hostile.
Where do you need our launchers? Getting to the position. Squad, got to tank. Move to the designated area.
We can roll out. Our tracks are steady. We're moving out now. Need a fast tank. Our tracks are steady. Товарищ командир, we're with you.
18th Squad infantry heading out. We're on the move. Acknowledged. Getting to the move. Fire as soon as your launchers are ready. They're taking hits! Target and fire as soon as possible. Hostile target killed!
Marchenko here. My men can move across the river and support Romanov.
Get going!
Not yet, Captain. You will be needed for the final push. I don't want to risk any Americans slipping through the net by having you attacking now.
But we have probably missed some already. All they have to do is to hide their rifles, pull on the civilian jacket and walk away.
I will not authorize your plan. I will say no more on this matter. Sokol 1, out.
Negative. They are engaging us!
We can
They're taking hits!
Light tank crawling out, товарищ командир. Get that perimeter. Товарищ, heading for the position. Our tracks are steady.
Anti-tank squad available. Get going! Let's move it! Infantry, good to go. Just give us a time. Infantry acknowledged. Acknowledged. Moving out. Affirmative. Move. Acknowledged. Move. Load those launchers and fire at will. Acknowledge. Move.
Target tank disabled.
Target defeated. Engage now! Attacks the enemy! Hostile target killed! Target is head down and go! Infantry! Атакуйте! Hostile target killed! Engage now! Tank buster attacks the enemy! Destroy the enemy! Head down, infantry! Атакуйте! Get to that perimeter! We are on the move.
We are ready, товарищ командир. Armor moving out. Товарищ командир, we're with you. Товарищ командир, we got the target. We're moving to the perimeter. Armor here, товарищ командир. We can roll out anytime. Assault that perimeter. Armor available for battle. Armor moving out. The target is a fast tank. Yes, товарищ командир. Moving.
Our vehicle.
Sokol 1 here. The camp has been secured. Hold in place and fight off any counterattacks.
Armor here,
Now,
товарищ командир.
you just need to find the guerrilla leader.
We're going to speed to the destination.
Говорит Lebedev. A large contingent of regular army troops is now moving into the area.
Expect a heavy counterattack, Lieutenant. Several heavy artillery batteries are on call. I'm giving you fire support priority.
We're on the move. 18th squad ready to move. Infantry heading out. Infantry ready for combat. We're moving out. Товарищ командир, get your rifles and move. Товарищ командир, we're available. Acknowledged. Moving out. Infantry ready for combat. Get to that perimeter. Infantry heading out. Infantry ready for combat. We're on the move. Rifles are clean and ready. We are on the move. Товарищ командир, we're ready. Start moving. Rifle squad. Infantry ready for combat. Moving to the perimeter.
Armor available. 84, ready to load light tank.
Lebedev here. The insurgent leader has been found. He is wounded, but alive.
Excellent. I'm sending in a helicopter to bring the prisoner out. You must defend until he is safely away, Romanov. Sokol 1 to Maloshenko. Now is the time. Move across the bridge toward the camp.
Maloshenko here. It's too late. Enemy tanks are blocking my advance and I see people moving on the bridge. It looks like they are preparing it for destruction.
Romanov, it falls on you to stop them. The bridge must stay intact if Captain Maloshenko is to aid you in defense of the camp. Otherwise, he will be forced to take the long way around.
We got the target! We killed an enemy!
Moving to the position.
We got the target!
Armor rolling. Armor on the move.
We got the target!
Moving out.
They're taking heat!
Target is hostile, locked and engaged.
We killed an enemy!
Ready to fire. Launching
We're
84.
taking heat! Target defeated. Destroy the enemy!
This is Maloshenko. The bridge is clear. Moving across now.
We got the target!
Going to speed. Our tracers. Armor moving out. We're moving out now.
We got the target!
Armor on light tank rolling out.
Destroy the enemy! We got the target!
Enemy destroyed.
We defeated an enemy. We got the target. Hostile target killed!
Polish coming here. Enemy killed.
Destroy the enemy!
They are
We
attacking us.
defeated an enemy. They are engaging us!
Purpose vehicle
We
available.
killed an enemy!
Troop transport is moving out.
We killed an enemy!
Polish coming here. Armor rolling. Give us some orders. Armor on the
Target in the middle of Maloshenko. My troops are in place at the camp.
Moving out!
Understood, Captain. Find good defensive positions and hold.
target eliminated. Polish coming here. We got the target.
Destroy the enemy! We got the target!
Enemy destroyed.
We're taking heat!
The target is defeated.
We're taking heat! We got the target! Destroy the enemy! Under fire!
Fire mission
We
confirmed.
killed an enemy!
Mark the target.
Sokol 1 here. The helicopter is not far out. We only have to hold for a little while longer.
Neutralize the enemy.
Molotov here.
We got the
Artillery
target.
strike hit the mark. Enemy casualties reported. Over.
Товарищ командир, we're taking heat! They're engaging us!
No hostiles reported
Enemy
dead. The artillery
neutralized.
strike was a miss.
They're engaging us!
Target killed.
Closing in on the designated strike zone. Expect me any second. Molotov firing order.
They're taking heat! They're under fire! We killed an enemy! Target defeated! They're taking heat! They're engaging us! Destroy the enemy!
Over. The enemy got put in the impact area. Out.
defeated.
Molotov here. Firing for flag.
Enemy
Over.
destroyed.
Affirmative. Heavy
Hostile
artillery strike.
target
Fire.
killed.
Over count.
We killed an enemy.
Want us to move through.
We got the target.
All the way.
They're
Roll up.
engaging us.
Load some armor piercing and fire.
They're under
Target area
fire.
has been destroyed. Out.
Target defeated.
We
They're
are
under
fire
fire.
incident here. Molotov. No,
They're under fire.
push this pedal all the way.
Unit lost.
They're engaging us.
Eliminated.
Hostile target
Perfect
killed.
instruction. Our tracks are rolling.
They're taking hit.
Light
They're
armor
engaging
moving
us.
along. Fire!
They're under
We got
fire.
the left enemy
We got
still
the
locked
target.
and engaged.
They're engaging us.
Moving to the position.
We got the target. They're engaging us.
Hostile targeted. Neutralize the enemy.
They're taking hit. Destroy the enemy. They're engaging us. Target defeated.
Yeah, so-called one. The helicopter is moving in now. Have the guerrilla leader ready for transport.
This is Troika. I don't want to loiter here too long. He's crawling with enemies down there.
So-called one to Troika. You can leave as soon as the prisoner has been brought aboard.
Understood, Sokol One. Just be quick about it. Troika out.
Hostile
So-called one to Malashenko. Come in, Captain.
Comrade Colonel, the captain is unavailable at this time.
What? Where is he?
Comrade Colonel, he went to investigate suspected insurgent activity at a bar nearby.
Did what?
This is Troika. We are ready to leave.
You are free to leave, Troika. I have a captain to fight.
enemy killed. Товарищ командир. PT-76 moving out. Heading for the position.
Didn't you hear me? They came and fired!
But Comrade Captain, the Colonel forbade us...
А ну как идти? Next time, your people will think twice before attacking us.
What is the meaning of this? Get them out of here. Explain yourself, Captain.
They were harboring weapons and food for the insurgents.
I gave explicit orders that there should be no firing squads.
They were aiding the enemy.
That is irrelevant, Captain. You do not have the right to disobey my orders.
But what if your orders are wrong?
If you act without my consent again, I will have you court-martialed and sent home in shame. Is that understood? Is that understood, Nikolai?
No, Colonel. It's not.
What? You think I'm wrong?
It does not matter what I think, does it, Vladimir Vasilievich? For good or ill, you have chosen your course.
But have you chosen yours, Valery? Sooner or later you will have to.